the question here is who's going to be holding the bag, right? So I'm a little curious about your transaction with Omar. When did that take place?
Let's see here. August 31st of 2020.
Why didn't he have the title? Did you ask him, where's the title?
I did, and he said he didn't have it, but he could write me a bill of sale and give me all the paperwork he had.
And so when the plaintiff called you and says, this car, I can't use it, there are loans on it, people are going to come and repossess it, you tell him what? Go speak to Omar about it?
At first I told him I'd help him out with it, but he called and he was so rude and everything that I just blocked him from the phone.
Yeah. So your defense to this is that he bought the car as is, a car that was subject to 2 loans. Is that correct?
Yeah.
As is. So he buys a car from you that he can't, under any circumstances, use, and you say that he's got to suck it up and swallow that $2,300 that he gave you. That's the way justice works?
No, it's not. I was willing to deal with, take the truck back, but, he was rude. He demanded more money, and I've already lost $1,600 on the whole deal, so I didn't want to play around no more.
Judge Acker?
Mr. Truesdell, did you ever complete an application for a duplicate or paperless title?
Nope.
Do you know what title jumping is?
Nope.
It's what you did. It's what happens when someone tries to sell a car that they themselves haven't registered. It means that you're not the legal owner. You had no business selling the car. You have to have the legal right to sell a vehicle, and there's no evidence that you did.
Well, I didn't know anything about me not being the legal owner of the vehicle.
Ignorance is no defense. Now you know.
Okay.
Good. I don't have anything else.
Then we're going to excuse you both while we deliberate in this matter. I think when I look at the objective evidence that we have, because they both come across very genuine, and I think the plaintiff is very sincere and very genuine, and I find him totally credible. The defendant is a little more difficult because he doesn't say all that much, and when I balance it against the information that we have, I don't think he is being totally candid. Number one, I'm actually going through a process of trying to get a duplicate title for a vehicle that we don't have the papers on. This is attached to the back of my car. It's attached because I went down to motor vehicle and they said, well, since it's already expired, since you don't have it now, the title or the registration, we'll give you this so you can go through the process. He gets this and he puts it in his car. They give him 90 days, which is what they did with me as well. You get 90 days and you get all your paperwork. I think in the course of those 90 days, he came to realize he did not have the ability to sell that car because there was a problem with the title somehow. He wants to unload it, knowing or having at least a reasonable basis to believe that he did not have a right to sell it.
So what you're saying is that with the paper plates, the Motor Vehicle Bureau gives you them as the beginning of a process
Correct.
to get permanent ones.
Correct.
And therefore that you would take another step after you got
Correct.
them.
So if you don't register the car in your name, you're not the legal owner. That's why they call it title jumping.
You're jumping
right?
over the title.
You're jumping over, so it's actually the person from whom you bought the car is in contractual privity with the person to whom you sold because you had no right to sell it.
Right.
And I want to give him the tow money as well,
Yes.
the $2,350. Very good.
Yeah, I'm on board.
This court is again in session.
Thank you, sir. So let's start by saying when you sell a car as is, they mean that, if you got a broken window or your radio doesn't work, you bought the car as is. You're not going to start making repairs to it. You do owe somebody a title of a vehicle you're selling. Otherwise, sir, I could take you outside and sell you Judge Corriero's car and then give a little note saying you are buying this as is. Now, could I do that? No.
No.
Okay. The bottom line for us was you sold a car that you did not have the title, ownership, and right to sell. So, Mr. Salazar, we're going to award you the $2,350 that you're here suing for. We all believe that you've met your burden of proof. Our verdict is unanimous. Thank you.